Hi, this is Denise Farinsky, and I wanted to show my Edward Scissorhands shadow box that I made. This is made in September 2015, and it took me 9 weeks to make. And this shadow box is illustrated all around and has a three-dimensional scene on the inside. So the first thing I'd like to show you is the outside, the top of my shadow box. And it has some symbolic images from the beginning of the movie, the gargoyle at the staircase, and some gears from the inventor's workshop, and the falling cookies that were made there, and some snow, the book of poetry that the inventor read Edward when he was still being created, and then Edward as a robot, and some more gears, and finally Vincent Price as the inventor with the sugar cookie heart that he gave Edward. On the sides of the box, I made illustrations of the suburbia with some of the three-dimensional topiaries that Edward had sculpted, and that's made out of acrylic and decoupaged on wood. So I just want to show you slowly all the sides of the box, and here's a close-up. And it goes all around the side of the box with some more topiaries with all the pastel colors. And before I open the box, I wanted to show you the back side of the box. The back side of the box, it has an illustration that I made of Edward Scissorhands, and he's wearing the clothes that he wore that the Mary Kay mom gave him, and also it symbolizes when he went to Kim's brother's school and did show and tell. But in this case, my illustration has a symbolic paper chain of the angel, the ice angel, and Kim when she was dancing around the ice angel. And here's a close-up of his face. And that's done with watercolor and ink, and then I decoupaged it on the back of the wood box with my signature. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around. Alright, so when you open the box, you get to see Edward's castle. And the castle itself is made of watercolor and ink, and it was painted on Bristol Board, and then I cut it out and I decoupaged it to the back of the wood box. And some detail right here, and then I added cotton clouds on the back. Next, I went and made topiaries, and I made these out of Sculpty and baked them in the oven and flocked them. So all of them are made to look as accurate as possible to the topiaries that are actually in the movie. So I have the giraffe and the stag, the hand. Not everything's to scale. This is a little bit of artistic license going on. And I have the puppy, the shark, another bird, pelican. And then of course, turn this around, have the serpent, which was one of the funner things to make. I had to make that in 4 different parts. Another thing that I sculpted was the entryway gates and pillars, and here this one is the fun crocodile, and then the gate has the deer, and then another bird. And then I sculpted Mary Kay, a lady, And so she has handmade glasses, and she's made out of clay, the Sculpty clay, and has a felt hat and a little bag. So she's ready to go sell her Mary Kay to whoever's in the castle. And she ends up finding out it's Edward that she takes home with her. And I also have in here a vintage toy car that represents her yellow car that she drove up to the castle. And I also have hand-painted brick walls that I have on this side and on the other side. Also, there is a hedge that I made that goes along the back wall. On the ground is some sand that makes the path, and that kind of disappears up into the back. And there's also some ribbon flowers all over the place. And then we have Edward. Edward is made out of Sculpty clay. He has yarn hair, hand-painted acrylic face, and then I use leather and different metal objects to make his hands and scissor hands and his belts and things like that. So yeah, so this is my Edward Scissorhands shadow box. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, and that's it. Thank you very much.